Welcome to Sampstra Games, the place to find new strategy games. And today I welcome you to another Cliff Empire guide. We're going to talk about the top 5 research for early games. So first I want to say thank you to Felix, who came up with this idea and thought it was great, so let's do it. So first of all, how do you research? Well, in order to be able to research, you need to build a university and a research center. You can see it right here, University Research Center. And then you can research. You can also speed up the research by investing additional money. That might not be for early game, but I recommend doing it sort of like in the mid game once you get enough money, because it can really help out. Alright, so let's talk about the top 5 research for the early game. We're going to start a little bit unconventional. We're going to start with the research 0, and that's the neural network plus 5 research, because if you're going to do this research, you need to do it as soon as possible so you get the best return. Alright, but let's now talk about the proper research. Number 1, geoprospecting. Expanded information about cliff resources. So on this right, you can see information about cliff resources, and you can see how well each cliff goes. For example, this Dreamwork is fantastic for groundwater, pretty good on the uranium, and very bad on matter deposits or soil fertility. If I look at SPS Center, very good in soil fertility, very bad in groundwater. So I'd say this is the first law that you want to sign, just so you know how to specialize your cliff. Number 2, averaging research. So these are actually 2 researches. One of them is the pipeline. Averages amount of water in warehouses between cliffs connected with bridges. And the second one is a power grid. Averages number of batteries between cliffs connected with bridges. So what this does, it allows you for free, this is very important, move batteries and water between the cliffs. So essentially if I have, for example, this cliff specialized on water, which I had in my playthrough, the water that's created here will automatically be moved to any other place that's connected with bridges, so to the other 2 cliffs, and it will be free, which means so you can use this as a kind of trick to make money. So I can send the water will be sent from Dream Workplace to Heavenly Water, and then Heavenly Water could sell the water back to the Dream Workplace, and that way you could make money if that's something you wanted. But it's there are other ways to make money. They're probably simpler, but it's something you can do. Generally, it's a very good idea, because otherwise, if you're carrying it all through the shuttles or the bridges in the early game, it can be very taxing on your drones. Number 3, the levitative generator. Bandwidth of portal increased from 20 to 25 units. Why is this important? So let's say in the early game, maybe you have 1 or 2 cliffs, or maybe you only have resources in 1 cliff, and the idea is that you need to send, for example, if you look at this storm, 168 batteries in 8 days. So if I only have 20, the bandwidth of the portal, I actually cannot fulfill the task, even if I have all the batteries, if I'm only sending the stuff from 1 cliff. So let's assume I only have the batteries on 1 cliff, and I just can't do it. So of course you can do it if you have the batteries in multiple cliffs and you sell it on multiple different portals. That works. But generally it can be pretty difficult, because then you need to move the batteries to the other cliff so you can sell it from there. So increasing the bandwidth can be really helpful, especially in the early game when you need to fulfill a lot of these tasks. Number 4, drone research. So there are a lot of drone research in this game, but not having enough drones is an obstacle that you're going to have to deal with in the game. It's a big part of the game. Probably the best drone research is the traffic organization, extend max count of drones. Then large cargo drone opens a new type of drone that can carry more stuff. Then you have agrarian drone, opens a new type of drone that cares for agriculture. There's also a law that you can sign to force all the non-agrarian drones to only do other stuff and to not do agriculture. I do not recommend signing that law, but having this type of drone is a really good thing. Then you can also research the drone station and the overpower, which increase the capacity of the drone station. However, the drone station is not something for early game, because it costs a lot of batteries. So in the early game, I think it should be enough with these other 3 drone laws, and then this you can sign sort of more like mid game when you sort of the second time around you meet the lack of drones, so then it can be useful. But for the beginning, I don't think it's that necessary. It's also one more, the irrigation pipeline, auto delivery water to open fields and orchards. So this seems like it's a water research. It's not, it's a drone research, because what it does, it allows your drones to not have to carry water to field and orchards. So this can be extremely helpful, because it very much lowers the load of the drone. So I would certainly recommend this before getting the drone station. Oh, and one more that I forgot to mention is improved engines plus 15% drone speed. Yeah, this is something good early on. So all of these drone laws are pretty good. Number 5, printing. +1 printing production, improved printing bands, and +1 printing production parallel printing. Now this is especially useful because when you start, the printing facility only has 2 points that you can spend, and you can increase it to 4. And the thing is that the printing facility takes a lot of space. So you can see it takes 4 spaces. This is mostly a lot about saving space because essentially what 2 printing facilities do, you can now get in 1. Now with the printing facilities, there's another trick you can use, and that's specialization. Essentially, if you get 600, 65, or 700 of a certain type of goods, it will then switch to being specialized and only make this type of goods. For example, if you create a specialized thing in furniture, instead of making 4 furniture, it will make you 6. So this can be even better. So it's like essentially what 3 of the completely unresearched, unupgraded printing facilities would do, you now get it 1. So it's a huge amount of space saved. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this guide. If you did, write down in the comments. If you have different top 5 laws for the start of the game, write them down in the comments as well. And click on the right top to watch my Let's Play of Cliff Empire, or click on the right bottom to watch my other Cliff Empire guides. I'll see you there. Bye bye.